Hey guys, James Wilson Taylor here for Rock Sound. It's the latest of our video calls. We've been chatting to everybody while we're all at home at the minute. I'm delighted to say from While She Sleeps, Loz is on the line. How are you, mate?
What's up, bro? How you going?
Not too bad, man. Not too bad. I understand. Are you in the rehearsal space today? This all looks very exciting, what I've been seeing in the background there.
Yeah, that's where I am. So I'm currently in the live room. We've got recordings happening in the main studio, which is just over there. Actually, let me unplug and I'll take you for a little walk.
Oh, let's have a quick tour to start. Why not?
Hang on, my finger's over the lens. I'm not very good with technology, so you have to bear with me. This is our live room. So yeah, that's the live room, and then we've got a window there, and that goes through to the studio in there. So that's
very nice.
So I thought this would be a nice quiet space. We've actually got a band. A guy next door to us have actually just built a new studio. So
oh, no way.
We've got another band making some racket in a close proximity. So yeah, and then you come out to here. This is the big warehouse space, which is just a massive. Oh, Sab.
Hi, how you doing, man? You good?
Yeah, good, mate. Got a few people here chilling. So yeah, I don't know what you can kind of see where we're at there.
It's a beautiful view.
It's just like a huge man cave, and you can hear Little Man Tate, I think they are, an old Sheffield band that have just got back together to rehearse and stuff. So yeah, this is where we are.
Man. This is great. What a luxury to have, especially like in this year, to have a facility like that. That's got to have been amazing over these last few months for you, right?
Oh, crazy. Like, to be honest with you, not that we ever preempted anything like this happening, but we've had practice space. We had originally we had like a really, really great space to work with. And unfortunately, like we lost that. It was on like Matt's dad's property. So it was always awesome. It let us create stuff there. And it was just like a little punk hideout with like a mini ramp in the basement and like, you know, like posters all over the walls and stuff like that. And we just got together there, partied there and everything. So we kind of lost that at one stage. And then we had to move into like a small rehearsal space in Sheffield. And it just made us really realize that like, fuck me, we need like a big unit to work, not like huge, but a creative space where we can get everything done. And like you say, now that we've gone into like a lockdown and a COVID situation where, you know, if we didn't have this, it'd be so much more difficult to run the band, you know, like there's enough space in there for everyone to be distant enough and stuff like that. So, and a few of us have had tests recently and like, we're all clear at the minute. So it's positive here. It's a good vibe.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Yeah. That is sort of how I've started all these, is to, of course, say, you know, hope you and the loved ones and all the rest of the boys you're keeping safe, you're keeping well this year. And yeah, what a luxury to have something like that. And it ties in so nicely to all this very, very exciting stuff you guys just announced. I've got to tell you, man, like we're going to get into it here, but this society stuff, I know bands have tried similar things. This feels on a new level to me. This is really, really exciting what you guys are trying to achieve here. Talk to me about, I guess, the beginnings of that idea. How did you first start putting together what has now become the Sleep Society?
I think for us, when we released You Are We, which was now 2 albums previous to this one, it was one of our most successful records. And it was the way that we did it was a pledge campaign. So that kind of, I think that initially like sort of birthed this idea of like, wow, like the support was amazing that we had for that. We hit our pledge goal, which allowed us to then record the record. And we've been in a weird, like a sticky situation between like management and labels. And like one of the main things that we've tried to say, like, because it's quite easily to be like misconstrued as the fact that we're like slating everything about the music industry. And it's not that, you know, like management do great things, labels can do great things. I think bands just have to be really careful about the path that they take and where that is going to lead them to and where they're going to end up in the end. And I think very quickly for us personally, we sort of realized that it just wasn't working. Like you have to go through so many other people to get like the simplest of jobs done. And they 9 times out of 10, they kind of like fuck it up. And like we've had songs come out at ridiculous times of the morning and day and like schedule for it, and like so many like internal problems where we end up taking the reins ourselves and being like, the people that you have working for your company are bad. Like they're not good at what they're doing. And again, like I say, I'm not tarring everybody with the same brush, but you know, that's where we got to. And so we released the record through a pledge campaign. It was really successful for us. We loved that relationship that it gave us. We figured out people do give a fuck about this band, which initially was the most amazing feeling, because, you know, quite quickly these days, click of a button, people can just be like, well, I've got another new band to listen to now. So, you know, it's a very sort of harsh industry at times. So we went back and we were like, what was successful about this record? And basically it's just how direct it is from the band to the fan base. And, you know, that's the most important relationship that we need to sort of nurture and take care of, because, you know, without them, we're nothing, and they enjoy what we do. So it's that direct relationship that's most important. So we took the fundamentals of that and we were like, how can we deliver that? And we came out to this idea of, and like you say, we're not the first band to have a Patreon page or like run a pledge campaign or anything like that. But I think it's the way that we deliver the message to make it like digestible and in a simple way of understanding that it's not that all these things are pure evil and they don't work, because they're there for a reason. Like a lot of the time they do work, but there's also a lot of faults with them as well. And for us, it's about stripping back the smoke and mirrors and just being like, we need, like, the demand is there for our band, but the sustainability of what streaming platforms pay out for how many views and listens and etc. that you're getting isn't sustainable. So there needs to be a new model and a new way of making that level out and balance a bit more, so that bands can start making it a sustainable thing and you know, and what's the word? Live up to the demand. You know, the demand's there, so there needs to be another way to balance this shit out, basically. If I didn't mess that whole thing up too much.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And it's good to see you guys fired up and passionate about it, because I know on the business side of this thing, I mean, that's again, it's something that we see a lot of artists discuss. There is a big disparity in terms of the way those streaming things operate. I remember actually the poster for your last record coming out in release week made that abundantly clear, going around to and that's a good point, a very good point to make. But what's clear about this, when artists start a Patreon page or they start any kind of sort of, I guess, a fan club in a way, like kind of bringing people in a bit more intimately, it's how you tailor it to that fan base. So that's got to be the really fun part, right? Is figuring out what do our fans specifically want from something like this.
Yeah, and I don't think that's ever easy. You know, even down to writing songs, it's like, what's the main thing people like about the band, or like the things that make people like this band? But then that's just from songwriting. You know, what do they want to hear next? What are they going to be excited about? What can we try and create that keeps us like current and entertaining for everybody, and also try and make it sound good? But like, that takes another step up when you're thinking, right, we want people to understand that now this career for us is about making it sustainable. So what's going to be a way of getting that message across, but also be fun, entertaining, and sort of give back, if you like. And I think what we actually stripped it all back down to is like I say, the simplest form of just, you are directly, the people that are in the Sleep Society now are directly funding our band. So for that, they deserve loads of extra benefits and extra insights and extra music and tons of other stuff. So it makes it digestible for us, and it also gives us a space and a platform where people can say, this is my favorite band, and then we recognize that we're their favorite band, and we go to them and say, like, what do you want to hear? What do you want to gain from this whole experience? And basically, thank you for letting us make this more sustainable and letting us focus less on being a clothing brand, or, you know, and focus on what's important to everyone else that likes the band, and that's the tunes. So it gives us a little bit, not too much, but a little bit of extra headspace to really focus in on the things that matter.
Yeah, no, it's exciting to see. And I mean, you guys must have, of course, been delighted with the reaction. I mean, watching the actual launch and how it built and the people signing up, that's got to feel really gratifying, right?
Yeah, we were trying to put like little bets on between us. Like, what do you think? Like, do you think we're going to get any subscriptions on the first day? And we were kind of like, it's a tough one to call, like, because like we said, Patreon's not a new platform whatsoever, and there's tons of artists and creatives that work from Patreon. But for us, it's a completely new venture. Will our fan base go for it? And for the people that haven't heard of it, is it something that they can like step into and be confident about? And is it is it a safe enough platform? And there's all these other things going on, but the response was just unbelievable, and we were kind of watching it go up and tick on. And I think it's been amazing initially. We can already be like, it's done what we wanted it to. But it's also exciting for how it continues to grow in the future, because I guess when you first release something like this, people are going to be apprehensive because they don't know what the perks are of jumping into something like this, or what benefits they're going to get, or if it actually suits them. So I think as it unfolds and people see that they're getting, you get quite a lot of bang for your buck, and we're really taking the time to address people that have gone into the society and sustaining the band. So I think as that unfolds more, people will be more inclined to be like, yeah, fuck it, you know what, this is a good thing. So it's positive for us. We're having a great time. Like, we're still getting to grips with all the crazy little things. I know that, like, I'm terrible with technology, and there's so many little bits to it. Like, for example, there's a thing called Discord that I think's come from like a gaming community. I'd never heard of what the fuck that was. So I'm like, what's this? And just made us feel like granddads. Do you know what I mean? We're like, what's this new platform? So we've got a couple of people here that are working on our sort of media and stuff like that, and keeping everybody updated and doing filming. And so, we're trying to figure it out. But initially it's going great, and it's really fun to do as well. Like, think about extra content for people. But we're addressing the society. We've still had such an amazing response to people that aren't in the society as well. So that's something important to say. Like, obviously the initial move is to go towards this, you'll hear me say sustainability probably like 100 times, but move towards this new way of sustaining this band. Yeah. And that's, that was the goal, and we hit that goal. But the supporters aside from that, and the people just being involved on, the standard level of the way we would do things, like the announcement of the release of the record, and just jumping in and buying merch because they want to be supportive of the way that we're doing things and stuff. That's been incredible as well. So yeah, it's a wicked time for us, and it feels good. We can like breathe a sort of a small sigh of relief at the fact that it's going all right at this point, and we're quite excited about what's to come.
Absolutely, as you well should be, man. I think that's what really, really struck me when it kind of kicked off, is like you say, people have experimented to varying degrees in this sort of territory before. What made you guys stand out, I think, was the audaciousness of, I mean, the single it's effectively your new theme song, right? I mean, a theme song for the society in many ways. And also that music video opens with a press conference addressing all those concerns, and then going into the track with the logo revealed. I mean, that's got to have been amazing to put together, right? I mean, talk to me about the music video idea, first of all, because that is such a strong visual element of like, yep, here is this thing, let's go.
Yeah, well, it's just, when you step out of the gates on a new record, you need to have a big splash. That's just the way that things are now. You want to make a statement with that. And we threw around a few different ideas, and like Sleeps is just wacky ideas about like what we're gonna do for this first video. And then we kind of came back to the idea of like, let's just create a gnarly video that like drops the massive fucking banner that just states the fact that we are here to make change, and we're here with a new record, and that was that really. And then it sort of unfolded. So we were like looking for different spaces, and we were like, fucking hell, this space that we're in here looks like the Foo Fighters Pretender video. Do you know what I mean? So we're like, let's get that booked in.
That's the problem with warehouses, isn't it? They all look like Foo Fighters Pretender video. It's very true. It's not a bad thing, but it's very true.
But luckily, this one was it'd never been used, and it was fucking massive. So it had like brand new polished concrete, and so it was a perfect space to do that sort of huge sort of look video in. But yeah, it was just fun to do. I actually fractured my ankle skateboarding before that shoot. So the warehouse was so big that I had to I bought a wheelchair on Facebook Marketplace to get myself around. So like, if I keep walking on this ankle, I'm not going to be any good for like the live performance side of things. So yeah, and again, like, what a great idea to sort of, which wasn't mine. I'm not saying my ideas are great by any means, but like a great idea to address our fan base and people that are going to watch this with the initial outlay of what the whole thing's about, and make it. I think we kind of came across the idea from that Michael Jordan documentary, The Last Dance. And it was like all the sort of mixed media and the interview parts in that we all really enjoyed. So we were like, let's just do something that like addresses these issues and like the way that what we think's wrong and how we're going to try and make change, but do it in this sort of exciting press conference kind of way.
Interesting. Yeah. It worked well as a concept, and definitely what a way to kind of launch this new era for you guys, for sure. And then musically, of course, like I say, I mean, theme song thematically, but big, strong kickoff single there. In terms of the album as a whole, I mean, I know obviously we know it's coming and all that kind of stuff. Are you guys basically done and dusted? Has it been sent off fully done? Are you happy with it, or is it finishing touches stages at the minute?
Like, I don't know how much I'm supposed to say, but I guess
we'll be careful.
with the way that we're working at the moment and people being inside the society, we're kind of drip feeding them like clues and hints and little bits of riffs and stuff like that, just to say like, cheers for your support. So here's a little snippet of sort of what's to come. What was the question?
Just where exactly are we at with the album? Is it completely fully done?
Sorry. So we're drip feeding stuff like that. I've actually been recording this morning. So like we kind of decided to split this up into two halves. So we sort of did some recording, and then I think the thing is what we released, that we realized from releasing You Are We, is that the workload was so huge to fulfill everyone's orders, and we took a lot on ourselves. So we basically broke this recording schedule into half to make sure that we had the headspace and the time basically to deal with the society people and sending out orders and all this other stuff that goes into the machine of keeping everything running. So yeah, we're sort of halfway through the recording process. So yeah, it's exciting. So I've been recording some stuff this morning that sounds like brutal, which is good. So
always very good. No, that's going to be very, very cool. I'm glad there's still a bit of time to play with, because I guess that's one of the advantages, isn't it, for communicating with your fans as directly as this, that it's going to feel like they're in the studio, particularly right now when everyone's at home. It's going to be nice to live a bit vicariously, I'm sure, through you guys.
Yeah, it's just a great way to engage with everyone. Like you say, there's no live shows at the moment, so we are busy, but at the same time, it's nice for people to be able to interact with us and like see us and, you know, check out what we're doing and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a tough time for a lot of people, but it's exciting for us, and I hope that it's exciting for the people. And I think it's just one of those things. We can deliver loads of content and keep people updated and you know, keeping this like positive mindset, because I know it's not, you know, times aren't easy for everyone, especially when they're stripped back of a lot of things that they enjoy doing. So hopefully that they can see that we're in the same sort of situation, if you like, and we're not able to tour and do the things that we love, if you like, apart from writing and all that. You know what I mean? We love to be out on the road and meeting all the fans and experiencing new countries and all that stuff. And just the same as everybody else, we're all in the same thing together. And I think that's important to address and make sure that people don't feel sort of alone in it in any way. Especially for me in my, like, where I live in my local area, there's been a lot of attempts at suicide and stuff like that. And like, it just shows you how much isolation can really affect people and affect people's mindset. So I think it's important to address that and not sort of tiptoe around that, and just say, you know, you're not alone in it. There's loads of people that are stripped back like yourself. You're there working from home. We're sort of confined to this one space and we don't really go anywhere other than here and home. So it's a difficult time, but you know, we're all in it together. So I'm sure we'll see a return to live shows, and I'm sure it's going to be great when that happens, because it'll be like a world Christmas.
It will be like a world Christmas, a bonus Christmas, man. Yeah, no, it is.
Don't quote me that.
Ah, no, I like that. That's the headline now. It's a bonus Christmas coming. But no, it's so true. And you say that when times are tough like this, finding community to latch onto is such an important thing. It's why I admire what you guys have done with this, because I think it's very, very cool to see.
Thank you.
I'll leave you with this. And speaking of live shows and everything, because like you say, it's something that in all these conversations I've been having, everyone's obviously missing being on the road and getting in front of the crowds and everything. I want to focus on positives. Let's focus on some positive memories, because shows will be coming back. We don't know when, but they will. One of the last times I got to chat to you was just ahead of that Brixton show. I think we chatted backstage then, did a little bit. Since that, I mean, let's reflect on that, because what a huge moment that was for you guys. Talk to me about your memories of that. What was it like coming off stage after that kind of an event for you guys?
Yeah, incredible, man. Like, you know, without sounding cliche or anything like that, it was a pivotal moment for this band. Do you know what I mean? It's a landmark venue. We've seen so many of bands that we love that have grown to play that venue, and bands that we've liked for years, like Thrice and stuff. Like Thrice have played that venue many times, and it's just so special for us. And it was that. It just felt like that, you know. The day was just, you know, you're kind of slightly nervous because if you fuck this show up, it's a huge show and just things like that. But the day was great, man. It went really smooth. All our crew were amazing, and just looking out to all those people. I think the main thing with the While She Sleeps show and the fan base that we have and stuff, we've always tried to push this, like you say, community and like a feeling of unity amongst people. And I think luckily with our fan base, we've somehow really hit that. You know, the people that sort of listen to our band, they're always sort of so respectful, you know what I mean, and so down to earth. You know, it's always nice to meet our fan base, and that's what you just see when you see that room and people on top of people's shoulders and they're singing along, and yeah, just an incredible feeling. And you know, wasn't too long before everything packed up. So
yeah,
you know, I think it makes you think, like, you know, don't take things for granted too much, because stuff can change quite quickly, and sort of just appreciate what you do have.
Absolutely, man. No, I think that's something a lot of people will take away now. Now that the shows have been taken away, it's like, yep, we'll never complain ever again. Can't wait.
When you stood at the back of a show being like, not really keen on this support band.
Oh, last Tube's in a bit. Shall I head off early? No, never again. Yeah. Man, it's really nice to chat to you. Best of luck to you and the boys with what you're doing, because, like I say, very, very cool to see. And stay well up there, and we'll hope to catch you face to face soon when we can and when that's safe. All right.
Definitely. Thanks for your time, man. Likewise.
Always appreciate it, man.
Stay safe. Appreciate your call. Speak soon.
Chat to you soon, man. All right. Thanks, everybody.